Well, we can start now. Mr. Douglas walked in. I will call to order the February 27th meeting of the Oklahoma City Riverfront Redevelopment Authority. Item 2 is items from the chairman, and I don't have anything today. Item 3 is the minutes. Do we have any changes or corrections to the minutes? Need a motion? Cast your vote. And that passes. Item 4 is the consent docket. We have the oil and gas revenue report, the Oklahoma River Corridor events update, and a revocable permit for Heartland Racing's Go Girl Run OKC on March 23rd. Any questions on any of those? Any motion? Cast your vote. And that passes. Item 5 is the primary agenda items. Item A is the Oklahoma River Project summary. Still working in the mud hole down there?
A lot of them. Good afternoon, Joe Shumway, Oklahoma City Public Works. Our summary for the month of February is as follows. Multiple projects are currently being performed simultaneously with the Eastern Basin currently drained. Some of these projects have included enhanced anchoring systems for the debris barriers located at the Lightning Creek and Brock Creek outfalls. We were able to remove approximately 23,000 cubic yards of material, of sediment just downstream of the Brum Dam. We've had also 975 feet of improved shoreline enhancements in front of the Boathouse District. Project MC 0738 was actually a Eastern Dam rehabilitation project. This allowed us to make some structural repairs, repaint the crest gates, and address some damaged access ladders required for maintenance. Project MP 0631 is the Regatta retaining wall repairs. This also is going to provide approximately 600 feet of improved shoreline protection for the Regatta landing area. Previously, that was lined with stacked stone wall, and now this will be replaced with concrete and should be considerably less maintenance involved. The Public Works crew have also started a dredging program. We've spoke about this kind of in the inception. However, we're now active, and so we'll see a new vessel in the river. One of the things that was kind of exciting about this particular dredge is its propulsion system, and so it allows it to move along the river without a cabling system that would block our transit system with embark. So all parties will be able to stay active, and hopefully we'll be able to remove a considerable amount of material as needed. Also on the next slide, we'll see one of our decanting sites as we're removing this material as a slurry. We use geotextile tubes to capture the material. It also allows the material to dry without unsightly piles, and allows us to contain the area. As we move along the river and provide sediment removal, there'll be about 10 of these sites, and in this you'll see multiple areas where these bags are, should you be questioned.
They were part of their contract was they got to keep the dirt as they took it out of there, if I recall right. What are we gonna do with this? I assume maybe Public Works has a use for it or something?
We are looking into different ways, maybe other departments that may have use of the material, or even Public Works for other projects may be able to utilize the material. Previously, the contractors have sold it. However, we are trying to repurpose the material the best we can.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Need a motion on that report? Cast your votes. And that passes. 5B is a report on proposed amendments to Chapter 59 of the Oklahoma City Municipal Code 2020 related to restructuring and consolidation of the city's design review bodies, including the Riverfront Design Committee. So, you want to take us through this?
I'll just intro staff and kind of let you know, you may or may not know, that the city has been working for multiple years on a comprehensive code update process for our development-related codes. And although that process is still moving forward, there are pieces of it that we'd like to expedite. One of the pieces that we've been talking about with our design review bodies for quite some time is the consolidation of our multiple design review districts. So we have staff from the planning department here. We have Katie Friddle and Michael Philbrick and Laura Griggs here. And I guess Katie is going to be walking us through the proposal. And this is for our receipt of information and to ask questions today.
Yep. Will it be a recommendation to council? I think that's what we had in the staff report, if that's an appropriate.
It is a recommendation? Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
All right. And David, you have the PowerPoint? Okay. Oh, yep, it's up, sorry. Okay. Can I drive with this? Okay. It doesn't seem to be working. Okay, yeah, I'll just ask you to. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, sorry. As Aubrey said, I'm Katie Friddle. I'm Principal Planner for Current Planning and Urban Design in the Planning Department. And we have been working for some time on analyzing and studying how to consolidate our existing design review districts. The goal here is to make the review process more efficient. As Aubrey noted, one area that we've identified, both at the staff level and in working with our code update consultants and with stakeholders for increased efficiency, is consolidating the design review committees. This would reduce the number of people that have to be identified, appointed, and trained to serve on our design review bodies, and would also reduce staff time in preparing for as many as 5 to 6 design review committee meetings each month. Currently, the city has 5 design review bodies, not including historic preservation. Historic preservation is not included in this effort. These include the Downtown Design Review Committee, Bricktown Core Development District, Scenic River Overlay Design District, Urban Design Commission, and Riverfront Design Committee. Each of these committees is composed of volunteer members nominated by the mayor and appointed by city council that serve specific terms. They must meet various professional requirements and other criteria, such as owning property or residing within one of the districts. And I'll scroll through. Can you go to the next one? So this, just scrolling through, is each of the districts with their boundaries, the date established, the number of members that they have. As you'll see, they were established over the course of the past 30 years for the purpose of encouraging and guiding quality development in key areas of Oklahoma City. Your staff report goes into more specific detail about the creation of the Riverfront Design Review Committee and the River Trust's involvement in its establishment as part of strengthening the development along the Oklahoma River corridor. You can go to the next. And so there's downtown, and next is Scenic River Overlay Design Districts. Next one is Stockyard City Design Review Committee and Urban Design. Okay, and next. The proposed consolidation retains all of the existing design review districts. It does not modify their boundaries, and it doesn't change any guidelines and regulations, nor does it change the administrative process for how applications are reviewed. What is changed is merely which design review bodies are reviewing applications from each of the applicable design review districts. If you can go to the next one. As proposed, the Bricktown Urban Design Committee would be dissolved, and those applications would be reviewed by the Downtown Design Review Committee. The Riverfront Design Committee and the Stockyard City Design Review Committee would also be dissolved and would be absorbed into the Urban Design Commission. Next. Committee membership on the remaining committees is proposed to be modified in response to those change in design districts that they oversee. For urban design, a minimum of 3 seats would continue to be reserved for representatives of the districts that are under the purview of the Urban Design Review Commission. This would now include Scenic River and Stockyards in addition to the other existing urban design districts. For the design, for Downtown Design Review, a designated seat has been established for the a representative of the Bricktown Design Review District, either a tenant or a property owner. And Bricktown's provision that someone with expertise in historic preservation has also been carried over to the requirements for the Downtown Design Review Committee membership. If you can go to the next one, David, sorry. So because the River Trust would no longer have 2 designated seats on a design review body, as it currently does on the Riverfront Design Committee, staff has developed and proposes a new process to keep the River Trust informed and involved in cases within the Scenic River Overlay Design Districts. Applications would be forwarded to River Trust staff to be distributed to the River Trust Development Committee, and any comments from the Development Committee would be provided back to the Urban Design Commission as part of their review of those cases. Next slide. Our next step is to take these ordinance amendments to the applicable design review committees for their recommendations, and then on to Planning Commission and City Council. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Any questions? As I understand it, as she said, that items that would normally have gone to the Scenic River Committee will now go to Kathy's River Use Committee for study and to make comments that could be provided to the new overlay district. And so we'll still have input in what's going on down on the river. But I can tell you, at my time as a city councilman, it was always hard to figure out which one of these committees handled what. And so I think trying to simplify that is a major accomplishment, and I wholeheartedly agree with that. So, any comments? Okay, thank you.
Thank you all.
I need a motion to accept the report, please. Cast your vote. Okay. Did I misstate that? Do we need to do something other than accept the report? Okay. So we're good? And that passes. Thank you. Okay, 5C is authority, Riverfront Authority schedule of cash receipts. Any questions on that? Need a motion? Cast your vote. That passes. 5D is a resolution accepting the annual inventory of the Oklahoma River Rowing and Canoe Kayak Race Course, including Oklahoma City property obtained by the River Sport Foundation through a tobacco settlement trust and transferred to the city. This is a yearly thing we do where we have to authorize or accept the report on where that stuff is, for lack of a better way to put it. Keep track of it. Any questions? Need a motion? Cast your vote. That passes. Item E is Resolution ratifying my submission of a letter of support for the Rebuilding America Infrastructure with Sustainability and Equity Grant. Just another letter I submitted to the Department of Transportation trying to help with the project down there along I-35. Need a motion? Cast your votes. It passes. Item F is an agricultural use agreement with Samuel Owens for livestock grazing along 1420 South Portland. This is a renewal of an item that we have done for many years now. Any questions? Cast your vote. Item G, that passes, I'm sorry. Item G is a revocable permit with the Oklahoma Army National Guard for helicopter water rescue training at Prairie Lake Park through December 2026. This is a project for the fire department. That's why we have our fire department in the room today. Working with the National Guard to do rescue training, and they're doing it out at the lake. So, sounds like vacation to me, getting to play around on the lake, but other than that, I never would have allowed that. That's not true. They do good work. They do really good work. I need a motion on that, please. Cast your vote. Somebody needs to vote. And that passes. Thanks, guys. Keep up the good work. Item H is a revocable permit with the River Sport Foundation for OKC Junior Invitational and Rowing Camp, April 13th through the 14th. Any questions? Any motion? Cast your vote. That passes. Item I is a revocable permit with the River Sport Foundation for the Central Youth Rowing Championship, May 3rd through the 5th. Need a motion? Cast your vote. That passes. Item J is a revocable permit with the River Sport Foundation for the Youth Rowing League Championships, May 11th. Need a motion? Cast your vote. That passes. Item K is a revocable permit with River Sport Foundation for Stars and Stripes Regatta, June 22nd. Need a motion? Cast your vote. Passes. 6A, claims docket. Any questions on the claims docket? Cast your vote. Motion, please. Now cast your vote. That passes. 7A is the Park and Rec Department's Director Report.
Good afternoon, everybody. Melinda McMillan Miller, Director of Parks and Recreation. You might see in your report today the several different times we've mentioned and heard even today's meeting about the use of Prairie Park. And so we get a lot of questions sometimes from our residents about when are we going to open Prairie Park and when are we going to have access to Prairie Park for fishing, because everyone talks about the great fishing that DeLisi left behind at that old sand mine. So currently the plan is that we are just kind of studying. We're really looking at the park. The partnership that we have with the sheriff's office next door is really important, and it's sometimes not always very peaceful to be out there if they're doing some demonstrations and working on different training themselves. So we don't want to we really do want to take the opportunity to have our other partners in emergency management be able to use the site while we're doing these just in-depth analysis and looking at different ways we can open the park safely for people. But because of its remote location as well, it kind of creates some challenges for us with security. And also just anytime we develop a brand new park, there's always a lot of new costs to that too. So between balancing operational efficiencies, safety and security, and also helping our partners have some training opportunities, it's kind of one of those locations where we keep looking at new opportunities and keep looking down the road to see how we can develop it in the future. So if you have any questions about Prairie Park, please don't hesitate to ask us. We're happy to entertain any ideas you may have yourself for development of the park. We welcome your input anytime. Other than that, I submit the report, sir.
Any questions?
I had one question,
Yes, ma'am.
Melinda. On the item for the call box
Yes.
needing to be taken down, will that be replaced?
We will analyze the call box. The call boxes are interesting. So a lot of people feel a greater sense of safety and security when they're
Exactly.
around. However, everybody seems to have a cell phone nowadays.
Okay.
So call boxes were more necessary even just 10 years ago, 15 years ago. But now they're kind of falling by the wayside. And they also tend to be really subjected to vandalism problems and then connectivity issues. So we're going to evaluate it and see if we feel it's really necessary. And of course, working with our River Sport partner, we'll talk to them as well if they feel it's really necessary to keep there. We do have some call boxes at Myriad Gardens and one at Scissortail Park. Those actually have been, we had multiples and now we're down to just one in each location. So we're kind of pulling back a little bit. There's a lot of IT infrastructure that goes into those call boxes, so.
Okay.
So
I
we're
was just
evaluating it.
curious.
Yeah. I can't say yes or no because we don't really
All
know
right.
yet.
Thank
So we
you.
keep looking at it. Thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
In motion to accept that report?
Okay.
Now cast your vote. And that passes. Any comments by trustees? Citizens? Got a lot of stuff going on, Mike. It's going to be busy for the next few months. Okay. All right. Nobody signed up, I guess. We are adjourned.
Okay.